HubSpot already captures a lot of context the moment somebody submits a form. But sometimes you just want to capture that one additional detail without specifically asking your customer. Here's how to do that in under a few minutes. The first thing we want to do is I want to show you what we're going to capture. So let's say when we are running a specific campaign, we have ads that are targeted to a specific persona. So we know that when somebody comes in through a specific ad, they will have a certain persona. So for this, we're going to check here HubSpot's persona property. This is a default property within HubSpot, persona. And we're going to take note of the HS_persona. That's what we're going to use as a query. And then here in field type, you can see we do not have any personas right now, but I do want to create some. So I'll just keep it simple here. As you can see, you can build a full persona here, but I'm just going to say marketing is going to be my persona in this case. And I'm going to call this a marketing executive. Let's actually call this marketing executive. So we'll save this. Then here we can see the internal value is persona 1. And we can actually not change that here, but that's fine. So it's persona_1. So we're using HS_persona. And the value is persona 1. We're going to save this. And the next thing we want to do now is we want to create the form that we're going to use. Because I'm going to show you how we can capture that value without having to ask our customer. And we're going to do that by just adding it as a query parameter. So we'll create a new form here. We'll use the form editor. Actually, let me use the legacy form editor for now. And let's say this is a registration. So we have a couple of fields here. I always like to have my first name as a required field as well. And what we're going to do then is we're going to add our persona. But I don't want to ask our user or contact what their persona is. So I'm going to make this a hidden field. So now we can see we have that information here. We could also select it here if this form would only be used for just one persona, but that's, let's say, not the case right here. So we're going to add it as a hidden field. We're going to call this event registration, and we're going to save this form. So that's the first step. If this video is helpful so far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more HubSpot excellence, and let's continue with the video. Now this form is good to go. We do want a landing page so I can demo this. So we're just quickly going to create a landing page. I always love working with the Clean Pro team for these because it just makes it really easy to create those landing pages. So we're going to use this one and we're going to add it manually. Then the form that we need here is going to be our form that we just created. So event registration, we're going to save that. We're going to give this page a title. There we go. And then we can publish this page and our landing page is ready. Obviously, if you're following along, you do want to add some of your own text here and also update that image in that case. So now we can publish this. As soon as it's published, we get our URL that we can use. And this is where I'm going to show you how this works. So we're going to use this URL. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to paste in that URL. And then we're going to add a question mark. Remember, it was HS_persona is persona_1. So doing this, and this is something like you can use this URL obviously in your ad campaign, for example, or in a specific marketing email if you want. Although if it's in a marketing email, you would already have that information. But let's say for an ad campaign, I'm gonna go to that URL, gonna double check that that information is still in there. So we have HS persona is persona 1. I'm gonna add in my information and I'm gonna submit this form. All right. Easy as that. Form has been submitted. And now let's have a look how this worked. So we're going to go to contacts. We're going to go to my profile here. We can see that form submission that I just did. And when we open this, you can see that one property has been updated. And that's because all of the other information stayed the same. And that is that my persona is now set to marketing executive. So if we would add that here on the left-hand side if we look at all of our properties here, if we go to persona, we can see this is now set to marketing executive. And here we can see that that came from that event registration. So what happens behind the scenes is that you can use query parameters to match the internal values of your forms and the value that those forms take. For example, you can also do this with a text property, in which case you just need the internal value of that text property, and then you can enter whatever information you want. So this really allows you to add in that additional detail that you captured during that ad campaign, for example. So this makes it really easy to capture the information. You do not have to ask your customers. So that's it. Easy peasy. Have you already signed up for my brand new newsletter, HubSpot Excellence? Make sure to do so in the description below, and don't miss out on all of the tips and tricks that I will give you each week that really gets you to HubSpot Excellence and gets your business to the next level. If you like this video, I'm sure you will also love this video on how to personalize landing pages, which uses the same query parameters, by the way. My name is Jasper. I'm a certified HubSpot consultant. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.